Mm.
Mm.
Now, do you feel like you can connect with your higher self? Can we ask the higher self to come answer some questions for us today?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, welcome, higher self. Appreciate you here. Now, she wants to know she's had several channelings in the past, and she feels like, why didn't she follow the advice of the previous channelings? What was going on there?
So it feels like it's a combination of things. It feels that at the end of the day, it's a combination between healing that needed to occur more, of experiences that also could have been lived in order for her to be stronger. Mm, if it's needed going forward, I don't think so. Meaning, I think has been enough. I think we can both agree that has been enough in my higher self. But yeah, it's this combination between things I need to learn and also experiences that would enrich my life at the end. Deeper levels of understanding of humanity, of being human, of forgiveness. Big one, forgiveness. It says she's never experienced this type of, she couldn't have understand, or she never experienced the type of level of forgiveness that she needs to do now. And with this comes maturity and groundness, which can take she can take those things with her while still being in the playful mode. It's just a different one, a different level. That's pretty
I
much
think,
it.
I think it's beautiful that she's been given these opportunities to learn these things and get out of this cycle. Um, because the next step is freedom. What she's had an, a year filled with opportunities and experiences to have this mastery. But in a human world, I mean, she's had a rough year. I'm just going to summarize it. But, the past relationship she was in, she wants to know what she can do to heal from the perceived hurt caused by this person, and what action can she take to move forward.
I just been shown energetically expansion and heart, like a lot of pink light coming from my heart. And I'm just taking that as no, after practicing that forgiveness, just love. Just love life. Um love like and love myself and everything that I've experienced and who I am right now. And yeah, I'm being remembered something at the beginning of the year or end of the year. I was having this realization that first of all, women, most of we are generally seen as weak and sensitive and uh but then the most like the strongest people I met, the more loving, authentic, have been women. And all of those women that I've met and I saw them like that, they have been women who went through a lot, like a lot of things in their lives. And they have overcome everything and use all of those things to be more loving and more and do good, be good and do good in the world, in with their family, with people they barely met, and in all kinds of way possible. So the idea is to use everything to expand the heart to an immense love for self and other people, and also use that wisdom to discern what are you doing with your energy and love. Yeah, that's the main thing.
Wow.
And and
Powerful.
yeah, and just like, getting out of that emotion, out of those emotions, just and see right and just acknowledge right now the strength gained after all of this by letting go and moving on and forgiving and loving.
What is the best advice to the ego when we go through these hard times and people don't do right by us and give us the treatment that we deserve? I feel like we run through our head the scenario over and over and make a list of all the things they did wrong and that weren't right. And I feel like we can get stuck there because the ego wants to try to problem solve it. When you're in that cycle of that looping, what advice do you have for the ego or maneuvering through this and allowing the ego to feel safe, but also moving forward to the expansion of forgiveness and unconditional love?
I think here matters a lot the practice of separating the thoughts from the heart, and it requires a little bit of discipline in trying to like, so the idea is that when you're allowing the mind to go over and over and without observing it, you're feeding the ego, and then the emotion can get intense and you can start act and you can start creating a whole story and you can get lost in that. And this is something that most of the people do. this is how we still have words nowadays, um, with in ourselves and with each other, in family, in friendships, in love, and within nation. But the more we practice observing it, feeling it without labeling it. And it's the most common practice, but it's in the end it's hard because the mind tricks you in with the with strong emotions to label it and act upon it and just get lost into it. Um, well, in the end, it's like feeling it, release it without charge, and then if it's a very simple practice, is maybe put your hand on your heart and really ask what's behind all of this. What is it teaching me? No, what would be the most loving outcome? No, and then you get the answers. You and oh, it's hard, because at the end, any situation, we have our part, and it's hard to allow that pain to feel that pain. But if you ever want to grow and expand and live in a better world, it starts with us, and it starts with feeling that pain, accepting it, feeling our shadow, accepting our shadow, accepting and feeling the shadow in others, and then love more. You know, take the lessons, make that inner change, and love more. And when you change, life will bring you so many beautiful things. When you expand, that all of this at one point would just be a nice memory, even if it sounds funny. You will just take the good things out of it, and that's it. Or they don't even matter. You'll forget them because it made you a new person, and that loves more and receives more and will have more in their life. You're not going to be stuck with the same things, with the same patterns, with the same people. It's going to be different things. And and even if that doesn't happen, there's always something to love and expand more. And at the end of the day, the biggest wealth is our energy. And no matter how hard life is, no matter what happens, each time you choose love, you'll be you're changing your energy, you're becoming a different person. Yes, you're not revenge, or you don't have things, I don't know, settled or whatever. It doesn't know, there's like mind constructs. The expression of the beauty and the light and the expansion of a soul that has been forgiving and loving and accepting things is without borders. And it's not in a box put by success, fame, money, or healthy, like like perfect relationships, whatever. And when you meet a person that has been doing that, their energy will speak for itself. You understand the difference between that and there's another example that came to my mind to explain this. There was a nice, cool video I saw today between pranayama and breath work, and there was this old guy who was just doing like some simple yoga postures, and then there was this young guy doing all these crazy things with his body, perfectly trained. And at the end, the old guy was doing pranayama and he was just glowing and floating. And the young guy was trying to do all that like super strong breath work and he was just not floating. And that's the thing at one point, between the difference between appearance and authentic, something that is authentic and true doesn't always look like shiny golden thing, but that energy doesn't lie. Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
I think it's beautiful. I think that explains so much of what we need to hear at this time of your beautiful messages. When we get quantum healing sessions, there's amount of upgrades that some are more than others. Each session is very different depending on where each person is at. But we tend to get upgrades, whether physically or spiritually more aligned with our higher selves. What can we do afterwards to keep the upgrades in our conscious? Because it's a change, it's a pathological change. So sometimes we can go back into old patterns. What can we do to keep those upgrades flowing after we've received them in the session?
So some things take time, and we have to accept that. And and it's really important to have proper integration, and also I think it's really important to at the right time re-listen this the guidance and everything that came, and be patient. And it just comes to my mind, true mastery requires time and practice.
Yeah.
Meaning, doesn't doesn't mean that it's the session is not important, but the idea is to have also the maturity and responsibility of listening and applying things in life. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so I know I this is what comes to me right now, and I know, I mean, maybe I'm doubting it, but the idea is that we live in an area where we always want instant gratification and we want a quick fix for everything, and we just don't want to. And it's funny because we are we're in a hurry to heal everything, do everything, no, 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 but we don't have time to look at the flowers, and like why are we in such a hurry with everything? So then the idea is slow down, reflect, take time. Yeah. Wow, this is like really the flower theme. It's like a flower takes time to blossom. And so do we. So yeah, the idea is a little bit of everything. Um, Take time, integrate, listen, contemplate. And yeah, I do something. And one of the things that I do is that I listen to the videos at a higher speed. And now the idea is like, and Manja, don't listen to the videos at a regular speed. Don't listen, take time, contemplate, slow down. Yeah.
That's so funny. You're actually the second person I heard of today that does that. So I'm like, how do you? I don't understand that. But
Oh,
like it distorts the voices. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Um,
sometimes depending on the message and the person that is speaking, it's a lot of the times like with some people I I don't know, like there's two sides to it. One is mm, one is definitely that my I can process information, I think, but some things I really need to contemplate. So this was a little bit of a hey, heads up,
yeah,
imagine. Just
yeah,
contemplate some things more. And so some messages, like some things that I listen, it's okay to listen at the double like speed. There's no problem with that. Again, depending on the message, I can go from like there's some things that requires and now, for example, I've been listening to the BQH sessions at a normal speed, but there's like some things that I can easily listen to double the speed.
yeah.
But yeah, that yeah. Anyways, my higher self told me, like, I've been seeing you. You are not doing that. Yeah. So
You can't hide from your higher self.
yeah.
They will call you out in a session quicker than you want to. But
Yeah.
what I mean, I know that we always ask this, and I don't think there's anything wrong because it's something we use in this earth to maneuver our lives. But what advice is a higher self about what you like, what you can do to thrive financially?
Well, I'm not getting much. It's like if if we had a good conversation right now, it would say like, hey, just do what you love. And whatever you're do it like with from the bottom of your heart. Doesn't mean you have to like be like the most amazing thing, but do it with love. Put love, energy in everything you're doing. And I've been getting this message a lot. So I don't think he wants to give me more than that right now.
I
Yeah.
think that's a beautiful message right now because if you're not even going to follow that message, obviously, if he's been giving it to you over and over, why would he give you more layers to that message?
Yeah, and then my mind was like, do I go full like what do I like what I wanted to get from here, it was something more linear. And also I think this is a leap of faith that I have to do or like be more sovereign around these decisions is will I be more committed of I have three I have a few options. One would be just committed and trust and just show up with having the discipline to show up and like writing everything that I have, like finishing the processing and publishing of the sessions and the website and start writing the courses and the posts and everything that wants to go out for me for so long and that I've been postponing. And then another one was also thinking about collaborations or jobs and trying to work a little bit of a magic around manifestation and creation with that. And just having a practice to do that. Anyways, I already started the magic practice. I'll see like how that goes. I'm not sure what are the next days. If that will embody that, or I should just find something that will assure, like or just a normal job that will assure me some money. It, to have some savings that I could go from there later on. So yeah, so those were my things, and I was hoping for some more guidance, but I there's also a strong belief that whatever needs to come my way will come. But I have the only thing I can control right now is doing everything with a lot of love from the bottom of my heart. Yeah.
It's actually a pretty profound message. I don't feel like they give us those linear answers sometimes, and your higher self is on the line, so I can ask. But it's just like what Jesus said with, why would I give him? I don't, maybe Jesus didn't say this, maybe my father did. But like, why give a man fish when you can teach him how to fish?
Yeah.
Because then you can go and you can cast out your line anytime you want and be able to catch that fish. Like, if I give you fish today, you're going to starve tomorrow. So when telling you to follow what's from your heart, that they're telling you, we're trying to teach you the formula to always be in abundance. And I don't think you can teach that formula in a linear fashion.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for adding this. Makes it more understandable. Makes it more like, yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. And it's funny because you say this, because it's something I mentioned a lot of times in different situations. And I would practice with other people. And then they're telling me, like, come on, throw, the expression, throw me a bone or throw me a fish, please.
Yeah. I think they will throw you fishes if you ask for them. But I think you're asking, I think you're at a pivotal moment in your life where you're asking for abundance. And so when I think they'll throw you a fish for survival, but you're not asking to survive, you're not at that level anymore. What you're asking for and your intention is one of growth, and you're asking for abundance. And in order for them to give you now those answers around abundance, they have to teach you the way, and you have to master it. But I do feel like if you ever need a fish, they're going to be there and throw you a fish, but only to survive.
Well, this is more or less what happened so far.
Yeah.
So
But you're ready for that life of abundance. That's what you're asking for. And I believe that's what they're trying to give you the resources to be able to provide. Now, we have the question around the guilt and pain around your mother and her passing this year. Is there anything that the higher self wants to relay to you around this? Does your mom want to come in and give you a big old hug?
you're kind of channeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're feeling it, right?
Yeah. Take this moment. Just be with her right now. What is she saying to you?
I don't know. I feel like she left.
Yeah. What does your higher self want to say about this?
I don't know. There's nothing much. Like
Okay.
no, like the idea was like she just came right away
Yeah.
to make sure now like she loves me.
Do you even feel like they want to address the guilt that you have? I mean,
Oh,
I
that
feel
was
like what
it.
they're saying
It
is
was
that
already
like,
like there's no need to feel guilty. There's only no.
yeah, yeah, that's what I'm feeling with you with that quickness too. Like, how do you feel when it's like you've been torturing yourself? And how do you feel now understanding that it doesn't mean anything to them on that side?
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's good to know, but
Yeah.
it hurts. It still hurts. Like,
Yeah. Is there
yeah,
anything
I'm
your
grateful
higher,
for. I was not expecting, like boom, coming
yeah,
in fine. So yeah,
yeah. Does your higher self want to give you any understandings around that pain and just guidance?
no, it's not a lot. Just the idea is, there's nothing one can do. It's about it's part of being here. It's part of being human. It's part of being in this body and feeling everything that is. I'm sure that no once I'm gone, I'm dying. Like things will be completely different. Right? I know, like my mom will not be my mom. Will be another soul, and all of these feelings and everything will be like completely different. So. Um, in the end, it seems that it's just having all of these experiences and feelings that I don't think that we have it somewhere else. And at the end of the day, no, I am grateful. Um, I'm grateful. It's funny, right? Because we have all of these mixed, all these feelings in our relationship with our parents and all of these experiences. But for sure, I'm grateful for having a mother that has been um, so loving and kind and talented and gave me so much. Um, and at the end of the day, even if this experience ended, I understood everything she'd done. I think I know, of course I don't know for sure, everything that she'd done and said. And I think also she understood me better as well. So in the end, again, it's about accepting and knowing that everybody did their best, and showing love. And yeah, it's no. I definitely remember listening to somebody's experience where they didn't have like, and uh, my relationship with my mother was very beautiful and we were close. We didn't know there were some things, we judged each other and didn't understand, but nothing major. And I know somebody that had an experience with their mother, and it wasn't the most peaceful one. And he managed to connect with her after she passed away, and also years after. And she could see her true soul and understand the role she played in her life. And the idea is, no, at the end, no matter what, there's so much love between us, and especially especially when we have between parents and uh, kids, no matter what happens. I don't know what I don't know, but from everything that I know, there's still, even if sometimes parents play a more difficult role, there's always love. So in my situation, anyways, coming back, is there's so much love. Yeah, so
It's beautiful.
I have to get used to it.
Yeah. You just have to integrate it, which is takes time and disconnection from that. But what advice moving into 2024 and higher self? This is our final question. You've explained to her about how what's blocking her creativity with that molasses energy, but just guidance, really looking into moving into a new year and stepping into a new cycle, one of empowerment, one of unconditional love for self, for others, one for creativity, for manifestation. What guidance do you have to give her on how to navigate 2024 in that energy?
Okay, so I don't know. Maybe that's like, oh, my throat. Um, I, my higher self makes fun of me. It's like, just go back and listen to all of the BQH session and apply all the advice. And it's like, and you don't always know. You have, yeah. So I guess the idea is you are stronger than you think, and um, trust. Yeah, just trust the process, trust life, and we'll see what will unfold. Um, again, it's the same advice. It's the same advice of not trying to, not not trying to foresee the future or anything. And it's about integration. It's about integration of everything, and applying it more and trusting myself. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for everything, for everyone who assisted us today, for my teams, for Maja's teams, for any of the angelics, anyone who came in, for her mom, for coming and doing a flyby. And just really appreciate this higher information for us on our journey.